Welcome back. It's the latest essential item seemingly in short supply. Particularly in some areas, gas bottles can be hard to find. Just as the weather warms up and we want to light the barbie.
You guys got enough gas bottles?
No, we've got any gas bottles.
No gas bottles? Oh, right. Have you guys got any gas bottles? What have you guys left?
Not that I know of.
There aren't any?
No.
If you've struggled to buy LPG gas lately, you're not alone.
I tried to fill up my gas bottles and I couldn't get any gas.
Andrew Ferrugia needs a regular supply of LPG to work.
Oh, quite often there's none available. The cages are empty, all the bottles are empty, and the service stations station attendants generally aren't aware that all the bottles are empty.
If anything, there might be one there or two there.
Yeah, it looks pretty low on stock at the moment. Do you know why they're so low at the moment?
Oh, mate, you have to ask the gas company, mate.
When we went looking, it was a game of hit and miss. Some service stations had no LPG swap-and-go bottles.
They just don't turn up.
Yeah.
Everywhere's the same, isn't it? So,
Yeah, okay.
I have no idea.
You don't know when they're going to come back restock them?
No, they didn't tell us that. They just don't even turn up.
But travelled to another suburb and we managed to find some.
Is there a gas shortage or?
I don't know. No, there's a bottle shortage, I believe. I would have assumed initially that it was a gas shortage. It's not a bottle, so I don't know why.
When Andrew Ferrugia tried in his local area, Queensland's Sunshine Coast, he says he couldn't find any, even though he saw a truck loaded with LPG bottles at a servo.
There was a B-double parked out the back full of gas and they wouldn't deliver. And the service station attendant told me that there was some issue with the price of supply.
We also spotted this truck leaving a service station with a full load, confusing customers by what's going on.
With the gas prices, they gave us an email and they said that there will be an increase.
I know at work they have been having trouble with gas, and the boss he was going for probably 3 weeks trying to go and get some gas for home.
There's no shortage of LPG in Australia because we're exporting much more than we actually use in Australia.
Mark Ogg is Principal Advisor to the Australia Institute, an independent think tank.
I think if there are shortages in specific locations, it probably has more to do with supply chain issues because there's a shortage of skilled labour and problems in the supply chain.
And that's made it tough for people like me who live in one of those areas where it's been tricky to find LPG. Now, Elgas, the company which supplies most swap and goes, say the media has got this wrong. They say we're confusing the supply of LPG, which comes in bottles, with the supply of mains or natural gas, which is piped into people's homes. But confusion and supply issues aside, one thing's for sure, the experts tell us LPG is going up in price.
LPG gas has increased in price, the wholesale price, by around 20 to 30% in the last 12 months alone. And that's because, as with mains gas, we're exposed to global gas prices with LPG.
And Mark Ogg says we should blame the government for the cost and supply issues.
It's just that our governments have handed over control of our resource to a group of multinational oil and gas companies who are gouging us.
That's our gas, just because they're getting more money overseas and boosting oil company profits. I mean, we've got our own country here to run as well.
As a beekeeper, Andrew Ferrugia travels to remote locations and depends on a constant supply of LPG. So he's certainly hoping the issues are resolved soon.
I don't think it's unreasonable to expect, 3 or 4 bottles of gas every few months.